Hello and welcome to Beyond Sunday, a podcast from Schweitzer Church. I'm your host, Jason Leininger, and in studio today we have Molly Edwards and Marisa Di Tomasi. Did I say your last name right?
Correct.
Okay, absolutely fantastic. And today we're going to be talking about the funeral care ministry at Schweitzer. Let's start with a very simple question. What is the funeral care ministry?
The funeral care ministry involves preparing receptions for the families and the friends of the deceased, and we just try to make it a very comfortable environment for them to share memories and to enjoy each other's company. Sometimes they see people they haven't seen for years.
And these are meals that get prepared while people are on campus, right? As they're either having a memorial service or served during that time frame, right?
We do different things with each service, actually, because
Really?
we ask the family if they would like to have a meal before the service, just the extended family,
Okay.
and or they would like to have a reception, and then what kind of reception. Some of them just want cookies and lemonade and coffee, and then some of them it's near a meal time and people have traveled, so we prepare sandwiches and have fruit, cheese trays, things like that for them.
And we've also had hot food dinners. It just depends when the pastoral care, Sheila Pippin, meets with them and they tell us what they would like. The options are open.
Wow. That's a great gift to families who are at a time of grief and gathered to celebrate the life of somebody they love, and yet also it's just it's a great ministry. How did both of you get involved in the ministry?
Well, I was here about 2 years ago for a memorial service for someone I had been in college with, and I noticed two ladies setting it up. It was downstairs in the memorial hall, and I said, "What can I do to help out?" And they said, "Talk to Sheila Pippin." And so that's how it came about. But I had always been involved in my churches that I've attended and been a member of preparing funeral dinners. It was just part of the tradition of the church.
Part of the tradition.
And I think services have changed. I remember growing up and someone would pass away, you'd have calling hours at the funeral home, and then the next day would be the funeral home, and they would have a prayer service, and then we would caravan to the church, and then
wow.
from the church to the cemetery, and then from the cemetery back to the church hall. And now things are very, very different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very different.
Sure.
But we're there to meet their needs.
Sure.
I think the home builders have been doing this for a long time, and some of them aren't able to help as much as they would like to. And so the Navigators got interested in Alice Dewey,
Yeah.
and I don't know, got elected, I guess. But anyway, and we have a great group of people, volunteers from our class, which happens to be a large Sunday school class. And usually we have all homemade desserts. They bring in brownies and cookies and things like that. I've had not a great experience with some of the other routes that I've taken, and I'm looking to improve because of trying to order things from different grocery stores and
Oh, okay.
places
Yeah.
that are prepared sandwiches have turned out to be rather expensive and delivered late. And so anyway, we're looking at some other alternatives and maybe making our sandwiches and then ordering the cheese and fruit trays or
Okay.
whatever. So
Sure.
anyway, it comes and goes with
Well,
things.
right now we have 3 teams.
Yeah.
The Navigator class. My class is the Journey class. And then the third team is Women at the Well and Lost and Found. They work together. So we have 3 teams and we rotate. And I just feel I always want to put my best foot forward because I know what it is to grieve and to be ministered to. And my goal has always been what Jesus said in Matthew, not to be ministered unto, but to minister. And if you look at a different version, it's not to be served, but to serve. So that's been my motto through all of this. And I just thank the Lord that I've been able to step up and help out. But Molly here is a model for me because from the first time I met her, I could see a servant's heart and someone very committed to her Lord.
I got that from my mom,
Yeah.
really and truly. But
Yeah.
last year, when my sister died so suddenly, I realized what I was being ministered to
Uh-huh.
and how much it meant to me. And so, anyway, that's the way it's evolved.
Yeah, and so I think many of us, maybe all of us, hopefully, have been on the. We've been in places where we've been a recipient, a gracious, a recipient of people's grace, so graciously given and extravagantly given in those times, and so it's a great ministry to be a part of contributing to and
It
being
is.
a giver. If somebody wasn't in any of those classes that you mentioned and they wanted to be a participant, they want to be a contributor, they want to help out, be a part of these teams, what's a step they could take to be a member of this care ministry?
Contact Sheila Pippin, because some of the people who aren't able to cook anymore or whatever can be greeters or people who circulate and attend to personal needs at the tables. And the overwhelming compliments we get are, this church is very kind.
Yes.
And they want to
Yes.
know who does this because it's different now,
Yeah.
and they really appreciate it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's a great way to be the hands and feet of Christ and to really meet people. Thank you so much for taking your time to share this ministry with us. Thank you so much for sharing your ministry, active ministry, on an event when people are celebrating the life of a loved one who contributed so much to their lives. Thanks for your contributions to that day.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
Yeah. Friends who've tuned in, thank you for tuning in today. We're so grateful you did. We always look forward to seeing you on Sunday and beyond. Have a great day. Bye-bye.